Good afternoon, everyone. I see the chicken was the first one in here. Hope you're still here. You'll be coming back soon. Oh, there's my notification. I hope everyone else got theirs. Looks like we got 4 people in here now. Nice sunny day today. It's currently 100 degrees. Another one. I don't know why it's cutting that out. There we go. That's the current temperature right now. But the humidity is very low today, so you don't feel it. And I know I was having issues with turn on the subscriber mode. I see no one's commenting, so I wonder if that's messed up again. I tried putting in 2 minutes and it went to 2 years. I didn't realize it until the chicken had commented on it. I went back and changed it. I'm going to try again now. Hopefully it doesn't freeze up on me, because sometimes it does when I open up a second tab. But I've got to check on this, see what's going on. Okay, see, we get some comments now, so hopefully this is right now. Yeah, it says 2 minutes or longer, so apparently I guess no one was commenting earlier. I don't know why it did that. But all I did went to custom, and it gives you a choice of 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I went to custom, put in, changed to 2. This is right now. But then it went to 3. I mean, years instead of minutes for some reason. Hello, Deborah Murphy. Good to have you here. Yeah, I haven't had any subscribers for more than a year and about 2 weeks. What I love about being in air conditioning, I can have coffee. Love my coffee. Hello, Vicky. Good to have you here. Hello, John. Good to have you here. Well, I haven't done too much this past week. The biggest thing was I took Superman. He's laying up here. I don't want to disturb him right now. He'll probably come over and get my lap later. But I took him to the vet on Wednesday. I'll answer Vicky's question, and I'll get back to this. Oh, yes, I did get it, Vicky. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, that came on Thursday. I didn't even know it was out there. Went out to check on the chickens. Usually when FedEx comes, he blows the horn for like 5 minutes as he's backing in the driveway. because there was a gate on the driveway, so he just leave the packages on the outside of the gate. Well, I never heard him blow the horn. Maybe it was a different driver, and this driver didn't do it. Went out, check on the chickens, look out in the driveway, and driveway's almost blocked with boxes. I had a delivery from 2 different subscribers. They bought me cat food, and also I got some cat dishes. And then also Brett had a couple packages out there. So, good thing I wanted to check on the chickens because there everything was. And like I said, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Vicky. And get back to Superman now. Well, he's been distancing himself from the other cats. And I got 2 cats that were chasing him anytime he did come to eat or drink or anything. So I figured, even though they've never been too bad with him in the past, it's more of don't really want to call it a playful chase, but they're not trying to attack him or hurt him or anything like that. They're just more or less messing around. But he would run off. And I was noticing that he was starting to get a little skinny. And he's always been a little bit overweight. Not bad, kind of borderline overweight. Well, I thought, well, just not eating as much as normal. Plus, I've been out of canned food for a while. So, didn't think too much of it. And last Saturday, I was noticing that his weight had really gone down the past couple days. And he was all congested, had a runny nose, runny eyes and stuff. And of course, vet's office is closed Saturday and Sunday. And it wasn't anything that he needed to go to an emergency vet for, because there was an emergency vet about an hour and a half from here if it was really an emergency. On Monday, he was no better. So I called the vet. They gave me an appointment for Wednesday morning. I took him in Wednesday, and he's got an upper respiratory infection, which I knew he had an upper respiratory infection just from the symptoms he had. But she examined him, said nothing more than that. She said lungs sound good, so it hadn't gone into his lungs. And she said his eyes look clear, and the discharge in his eyes was just secondary to the upper respiratory infection. So she said he won't need any eye drops or anything. She gave him a shot there in the office and the first dose of the antibiotic that they sent me home with. And I have to give that to him once a day until it's gone. She said it'd be about 10 days. And almost immediately he started feeling better. Wednesday afternoon, he just was continuously wanting to eat. And it's been like that ever since. He just, even though he's got dry food out all the time, he wants me to give him canned food. And of course, I could give just him a little extra canned food. But what I've been doing is, I normally, between all the cats, I normally give them 2 cans of canned food in the morning and 2 cans at night. So what I've been doing is just giving them 1 can in the morning, and then around noontime or so, give them another can, And then late afternoon, another can for bedtime. And sometimes they'll end up getting a fifth can out of me during the day too. But that way, he's getting the food more often, and it's probably better for him to be eating smaller meals, anyways. But he's out here with us now. The other cats aren't bothering him, so things are going good with him. He's putting a little weight back on. He did have diarrhea Thursday night. I'm not sure. I don't think it was any reaction to the medicine. I think it's because he would start to eat canned food again after he hadn't eaten it for a while. So I think that's what caused it, but that's cleared up now and he's doing good. Oh, thank you, Vicky. I'm glad he's doing better too, because he's an amazing cat. Well, all my cats are amazing. Hello, Bud Files. Good to have you here. So I was glad that I had someone willing to take me to the vet. And also, I didn't get any donations towards his care. So she paid the entire bill on it also. So I don't think that subscriber's in here right now. But if she is, I want to thank you. Thank you very much for that. The chickens are all doing good. The little chick that Lucy hatched out is doing real well. I was kind of concerned about it at first because I've got 3 hens, 2 black Ascalorps and a Rhode Island Red that are very aggressive to newcomers. I've never had a young chick around them before, but I know they have killed a full-grown chicken before. I had a pullet that was 6 months old that I tried putting in with them. And obviously I wasn't there when they killed her because I would have stopped it if I did. But I know those were the 3 that had been going after her. In fact, I was trying to keep her separated. She would keep herself separated during the day, but then at night she always wanted to go in the coop with them. So I'd let her go in one night, and they killed her that night, or early the next morning probably. So I've never trusted those 3 ever since. But Lucy is a very good mother. She's a Buffalo Orpington, and I've always heard that they're good mothers. Well, Rosie and Alice. I didn't see Betty trying to do it. Rosie and Alice were trying to go after that chick. The first day it came outside after it was hacked, and Lucy wasn't having any part of it. She put both Rosie and Alice in their place. And they tried a couple more times. She put them in their place, and now they respect that chick. They don't come near it. And the chick sticks right with Lucy. And she's teaching the chick everything it needs to know. In fact, I picked up one of the waterers today to dump out the water and to rinse it out and put fresh water in it. Hello, Jerry. Good to have you here. Thank you for the like. If everyone could hit the thumbs up, if you haven't already, that would be appreciated. That really helps me. Oh, I picked up that watering dish today. There was a bunch of crickets under it. Of course, they all come hopping out. And you should have saw them. The chickens go after those crickets. Lucy goes after one. And then that little chick goes after a cricket. Even though that chick's way too small to eat a cricket, still, it was going after it because Mama is. It was funny to watch. But of course, I didn't have my phone out there, so I couldn't get a video of that. Hello, the Biblical Animal Farm. Good to have you here. Hello, Peter Riley. Good to have you here. Yeah, talk about. And the other three that I hatched on the incubator, they're all doing good. Hello, the chicken. Good to have you here. I was thinking about trying to put them in with the other chickens the other day. They're in a big dog crate in the middle of the run right now. Well, one of them got out when I opened up the door to feed and water him the other day, and Betty went after that chick kind of aggressively. Okay, I bet it's because I have my laptop away from the window a little bit. Got a very poor Wi-Fi signal here. It's very strong internet, but I'm just too far away from the router. And I don't feel like sitting outside when it's 100 degrees, so hopefully that'll help. Well, Betty went after that chick quite aggressively, so I decided better not try putting them together. I'm hoping that I can eventually. What I'll need to do is let the chicks out of the crate when I'm right out there with them and see how things go for a while. And then I'll have to lock them back up and maybe the following day try it again. And then once I see that there's no aggression there, then maybe I can leave them out in the full run. Hello there. I'm sorry, but with that fancy letter in there, I can't quite make out what your name is. But welcome. I appreciate you being here. Oh, Colby. Well, hello, Colby. So, I'm doing pretty good. When I talk about Superman, all the other cats doing good. even though Dixie did decide to scare me earlier. I had it completely blocked off so now the cats can get in the loft of the camper. Because I have a blanket hanging up there. I'm just cooling the lower section. And it's pretty hot up there in the loft. Well, it's a pain in the neck to have it completely blocked off. Because I need to get up there. Because I have stuff stored up there that I need to get to. Some of my clothes are up there. And I did have the pine shavings up there that I use for cat litter. But I did bring the pine shavings down. But the cats seem to quit going up there. So I left it open. Well, all of a sudden, I realized this afternoon, I don't see Dixie anywhere. Check under my bed. She's not under there. I look in the compartment under the refrigerator. She's not under there. I look under the stove. I don't see her. So I'm thinking she's up in the loft. I go up there. I call her. She won't come. Go up there, look around. She's not up there. So I come back, get my flashlight out, and start looking around. She had gone in under the stove and then went back towards the sink. So I couldn't see her just looking in under the stove. So she was safe in there. But I'm just afraid 100 degrees outside, so it's got to be over 100 in the loft. And I'm just afraid if a cat goes up there, they might fall asleep and have a heat stroke before they even know it. So that always worries me when I don't see one of the cats. I always am afraid they went up there. Hello, Eagles Trekker. Good to have you here. So, guess that's all the updates with the cats. Yep, I know, yeah, they're in the cat family. I don't know how much heat a domestic cat can handle. Because I've had people tell me that they can't handle high temperatures at all. But I know there's cats outside in this heat. And they just go in the shade or somewhere and they seem to be fine. So I don't know. But I like to err on the side of caution. Hello, J&B. Good to have you here. Yeah, I had one person try to tell me that anything over 80 degrees is too hot for a cat, which I know is not true. I usually aim for less than 90. Then over 90 and start panting and looks like they're starting to overheat. So I'm not sure exactly what the caught off it. Yeah, I know 80 degrees isn't true. Not at all. But I can't really say I got in an argument, but I had a disagreement with a person over that. Hello, Bobby. Good to have you here. I'm not sure if any of my members are in here yet or not. I don't think I've seen any. But I do want to let everyone know that my monetization has been paused because Google won't accept my expired license for proof of identity. So I was hoping I would get my new license before they paused it, but I didn't get it yet. So yesterday, well, actually, I think it was Friday night, they paused my monetization. And what that means is any of the money I have waiting there is good for 120 days. I can't get it before 120 days. Well, before, I don't mean I can't get it for 120 days. I can't get it until the verification is done. But I have up to 120 days to get the verification done. So the I think about $160 I have there that's sitting there waiting for me. And as soon as I get the verification done, then I'll be able to get that on their next payment cycle, which I'm probably going to miss the August payment now. So it'll probably be September before I get that. But in the meantime, there'll be no ads played on my channel. So I won't be earning any ad revenue. And memberships are all paused. If anyone's membership comes due for the next monthly payment, well, it's paused. That membership will be canceled and they'll have to rejoin. And I can't get any super chats or super stickers or anything while it's paused. Well, I guess that's everything. So basically, just everything's paused, and I've got 120 days to get the verification done now. Then once that's verification done, then the monetization will be turned back on. Everything will be back to normal. Hello, my wild home. Good to have you here. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad today. So that's where we stand with that. Because I actually had someone asking me why there wasn't any ads being played. So that's why. And also, I've been having some negative comments from a few people, and I have to stress a few. It's definitely not the majority, but if there's no the ones that I've got negative comments from have commented in chat. But if anyone does happen to be in here, I get like to have you please not leave negative comments towards me. If it's constructive criticism, that's one thing. But just outright negative stuff, I would rather not have it. And I'm gonna... And one reason, there's other reasons too, but one reason I haven't been putting out as many videos lately is I did have one person that's been complaining about my video, complained to me multiple times that he doesn't like my videos and I need to do them different and stuff. But I know most people like my videos, like the way I'm doing them and stuff. So I'm gonna just continue doing the videos the way I've been doing them. If anyone does have any suggestions of a way you want me to do the videos different, I'm willing to listen. But I'm gonna start doing more videos because I know I'm missing a lot of stuff, especially if I'm only doing 1 or 2 videos a week, and then I miss stuff in the lives, and or if I'm doing the videos every day, I can get everything said that I want to say. Keep everyone updated on what's going on. So I'm gonna get back to doing that. And I've got some ideas to do some videos on. So I'm gonna start working them in. Hello, Paula. Good to have you here. So I'm gonna start working on those ideas that I have. Oh, thank you, J and B. And I'm gonna try to get the videos out a little earlier in the day too. But I also think the negative comments that I was getting the other night, I didn't get the video out till I think it was between 10 and 11 o'clock at night. And I think the person may have been drinking. So if they'd watched that video earlier in the day, before they got drunk, maybe those comments would not have been made. So I'm hoping that I can resolve that way also. Hello, Jonesy. Good to have you here. If anyone wants to drop your link, type King in chat. Nightbot will drop your link for you. You can also have Nightbot tell you what the weather is for your area if you type weather and your zip code. Heck, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, that was a stretch. Exactly, Paula. That's what I'm thinking now. Just continue doing them. I'm getting good views on my videos. I've had a lot of people say they like my videos. They like the way I do them. So that's what I'm going to do. Because like I said, I have to stress that it's a few people. 3, maybe 4 people, and that's it. So it's far from being the majority. Yeah, Nightbot since 99 here. I'm reading 99.9. And nope, sun's not hitting my sensor. .47 in Tasmania. That's not bad for dead of winter. Is that your typical winter weather there, Jonesy? Yeah, I think I've heard you say that it doesn't get as cold there as it does some other places in Australia. It's kind of mild. Yeah, we're thinking that's pretty warm for winter. Yes, J&B. That's why I've got to overcome the negative comments, because YouTube has been really good. I think I built the channel up pretty quickly. I was monetized in just a little over 10 months. And I've made a lot of good friends on here. And well, that's good. That didn't get too cold there. And my subscribers have been real good to me. Because other than getting the food stamps for the past year, everything else has come from YouTube subscribers. So I really appreciate that. Okay, Jonesy. Yeah, I decided earlier this afternoon that I'm just gonna block out the negativity and just continue doing what I was doing before. It's been working good. It's just, it bothers me when I start getting negative comments left on my videos. Hello, Ark Wild Man. Good to have you here. And I was mentioning I'm waiting for my license. It was 2 weeks ago yesterday that I mailed everything out to them. So they received that. Most likely this Tuesday or Wednesday will be 2 weeks. Hello, J. Marie. Good to have you here. And they used to say to allow 2 weeks license process. I don't know if it's still 2 weeks or not. Well, if they actually do get it done in 2 weeks, then they should have it done in 2 or 3 days, and then 2 or 3 days to get back to me. So if they really do have it done in 2 weeks, then it should be here by Saturday. I'm hoping that it is. If anyone's got any questions for me, go ahead and ask them. Tomorrow's my 52nd birthday, and I'm going to be having a special birthday live, just like last year I had a live on my birthday, at 3 o'clock Central. Hello, Sci-Fi 20XX. Good to have you here. Well, I haven't seen any aliens, but I think they have visited. Yes, it sure is, Jonesy. Someone always has to be negative. But I'm not gonna let that stop me. I let it slow me down for a month or so, but I shouldn't have done that. Because then it looks like the negative people are winning. That's not going to happen. So be expecting more videos from me. Might not put one out tomorrow, since I'm doing the live tomorrow. Well, I have a video out Tuesday. Actually, the warmest weather we've had of the summer is here right now. It was 100 degrees today. I think that was our high. I don't think it went any higher. Dropped down 99.9. Now it's back up to 100.2. So it's a little on the warm side. Well, Ark Wild Man, you got a point there. I think Brett is an alien. Yeah, I really do. Thank you, Sci-Fi. I appreciate it. Yeah, the one thing that's different between here and New York, is we don't have the humidity here like it is in New York. Like today at 41%. And I know when it gets up in the 90s in New York, the humidity is 75, 80%. So that makes a big difference. It's hot when you're out in the sun here. But if you're in the shade, you actually could spend all day out in the shade. I'm not saying you'd want to be doing physical labor all day. but you actually could. I don't remember the humidity being as bad in New York when I was a kid as it is now. So I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, Brett's one of those good aliens. All aliens aren't bad. But you know what sucks about us talking about Brett? He's not near his computer, so I know he's not lurking right now. Because I just saw him come outside and walk out back less than 5 minutes ago. So he's outside somewheres. Yeah, I never had an AC until after I put mobile home in, and that was in part of the old cow pasture. There was a piece of land that my father gave me, and the way that piece of land was situated, there was no way I could put it in the shade, so I ended up having to have it in direct sun. And a single wide mobile home gets very hot when it's sitting in the sun. So I had to get an AC for that. And that was the first time I ever had an AC. And then my father was always against ACs. And then when he died in 2012, it probably was 3 or 4 years before he died. I'd say probably right around 2008, 2009, something like that. All of a sudden, he decided, it's just too hot in this house. We need to get an AC. And I actually, just a day or two after he said that, I saw a guy at the store. He had an AC in his van. And he had some other items in there too that he was trying to get rid of because he was moving and he was downsizing. And he said, Peter, would you happen to be interested in an AC? And I forgot what the other items was that he had. There wasn't anything else in there he had I was interested in. And, well, how much you want for the AC? Well, $50. He said, I've only used it for a year or two. He said, we'll go take a look at it. We took a look at it. It was in good shape and stuff. I trusted the guy, so I believed him when he said that it worked. I said, well, I don't have $50 right now, but if you want to give me your phone number, I can give you my phone number, whatever. When I get paid on Friday, I'll buy it from you. He said, well, go ahead, take it now. You got $10, $20? And I said, yeah, I got $20 right now. He said, okay. He said, that's a good down payment. And whenever you get the rest, go ahead and pay me. So I took it. And I was going to give it to my father, but he insisted on paying for it. So I told him what it was going to be. And he gave me the money. and he was happy and heck to get an AC for $50. And I put it in for him, and he had that on every day during the summer for the rest of his life. Yep, I remember those floor vents. The things sure have changed over the years. Would anyone have any questions for me tonight? I don't know if anyone noticed the cup I'm drinking out of. Looks like there's a glare on it, but it's an Old Man King Homestead cup. Yep, things sure have changed. It's, you don't realize that where things are changing a little bit all the time. Superman is doing real good. He's not back to 100% yet, but he's doing much better. When he went to the vet Wednesday, she gave him a shot there and gave him his first dose of antibiotic. And by Wednesday afternoon, he was wanting to eat more. And he was spending more time with the rest of us. Hello, Roy. Good to have you here. And Becky, too, if you're here, but I'm thinking it's just Roy. And then gave him his medicine on Thursday, and seemed to keep doing a little bit better. Thursday night, he did get diarrhea, and he kind of made a mess of himself because of that. But that's cleared up now, and I think that's just because. Okay, Jonesy, it's good to have you here. So that's cleared up now, and I think it was just because he'd been out of, well, all the cats have been out of their canned food for a while. And then when they started eating the canned food again, I'm thinking maybe, plus he hadn't been eating much at all. So I think that might have contributed to it. And speaking of aliens, there he is. He just turned on the water for the puppies. They like to play in the water, so you turn the water on for a few minutes for them in the evening. If they're out in the afternoon, you do it in the afternoon a couple times. They love playing in that water. and been giving him his medicine every day. It keeps getting harder every day to give him his medicine. He's fighting it a little bit more, but he's not using his claws. He tries to push my hand away, doesn't want to open his mouth, turns his head, but he's not clawing me like cats normally do when you try to give him medicine. So I've been able to give it to him. His nose seems to get a little bit runny. It seems like the last couple of days it's been for about an hour in the morning, late morning. I don't know why that is. And then it seems to clear up. He doesn't seem to be congested. He's putting on some weight now. So I think we're all set with him. And the other kitties, they're all doing good. Well, considering here's a question, maybe someone else wants to comment on it. Well, considering that we're closer to the Jetsons and the Flintstones this day in the age, I would almost have to say Jetsons because I don't know if I could live without all modern inconveniences. Notice I said inconveniences, not modern conveniences. But I'm so used to YouTube now. I can't be without the internet because I'm so connected with everyone on YouTube now that I've gotta do that. Years ago, then when I was a kid, I might have said Flintstones back then. But today I would have to say the Jetsons. Okay, Roy. Yeah, I've been getting behind on lives. I think I want to caught one of your lives once or twice in the past couple weeks. I've got to get better at trying to catch lives. I've been trying to catch up on videos. It's tough. Hello, Susan. Good to have you here. Yes, I do have special plans for my birthday. I'm going to have live, just like I had last year on my birthday, at 3 o'clock Central. So, if you're able to tune into that, I'd appreciate it. And thank you. I'm glad Superman's better too. Hello, Kevin. Super Chat. Good to have you here. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Yep, J. Marie. I think it would be nice. Like right now, I'm almost out of coffee. So I've got 3 choices. When I finish this cup of coffee up, I can either go make another cup, which is going to take me away from the screen for about 3 minutes, I can drink the iced tea I have sitting here on the floor, or I can go without anything. So, if I have robot maid, I'd be all set. I can have another cup of coffee just like that. Oh, I know what that's like, Bobby. My phone been getting pretty hot. If I have that outside, that's another reason I don't want to do a live outside. Yes, I would have stronger Wi-Fi. That's why I was doing my lives outside before it got hot. But I don't know if my laptop could handle that. Yes, J and B, I know what you mean there about the paperwork. I'm not good with paperwork. I hate it. No, I didn't see that, Roy. Glad you had a 2-year warranty on it. Yeah, they don't last forever. Yeah, mine that I had to replace, I had 90 days on it. Well, the warranty might have been longer. I never even really checked the warranty on it. But just the return at Walmart was 90 days on it. And that quit before the 90 days was up, so just boxed it up, took it to Dollar General, and shipped it back to Walmart. The FedEx had a pickup at Dollar General, so they picked it up and took it back. I'm not really doing any real estate shopping right now because it looks like I found something. No deal's been finalized yet, but it looks good. So hopefully that's the one because I really like it and it's close to town. Hello, LP. Good to have you here. And when the time's right, I'll have a video on that. Of course, I still gotta make sure it gets finalized first, and then probably after the closing, I'll put a video out on it. Hi, Kim and Jackie boy. Welcome. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. The bike's working out good. In fact, Yesterday morning, when I went to the dumpster, right across the road from the dumpster, there was a pasture had some horses in it. I haven't checked to see how the video came out, but I hope it came out good. I know my hand was shaking a little bit at the time. I hope it's not too shaky. Because that's going to go in the next video if it came out good. I still haven't found that darn foam mount for the handlebars. I wish I could find that. Because as I'm starting down the road that the dumpster's on, don't really want to call it a hill because it is a little bit of a hill, but it's more of a steep incline than a hill. But as you're going up that, there's a beautiful view of the mountains. But I never want to stop while I'm going up the hill because once I stop, I'm walking the rest of the way up. So I want to ride as long as I can. And by the time I get to the point where I can't ride anymore and I do have to finish walking to the top, from that point, you're not getting that beautiful view anymore. So if I had that phone mount, then I'd be able to pick it up. So I'm hoping. Yes, J&B. I'm not saying too much on it right now because that last one I found that I thought was the one, I said too much about it. So then there wouldn't be a surprise in the video. I said this time I want it to be a surprise in the video so I can put out a good video on it. So I'm hoping I can put that video out soon. Once I get my license, then hopefully I can get a vehicle soon after that. Then I'm going to add some of the views around here in my videos. Because I don't get out too often. Maybe once a week or so. And it seems like when I do get out somewhere, I'm going the same places and I've videoed the same scenery half dozen times now. But once I'm able to get my own vehicle, then I might take a different route, even if it's a little bit longer. Take a different route to get there so I can stop every now and then. Or actually, I'd love to get a dash mount. And then be able to video some different scenery. Yes, J&B. When it's a done deal and everything, then I'm going to put out a good video on it. But it's gonna be a good place. It's not as big as the last one that I was looking at, but that was more land than I could ever use anyways in my condition. But this is going to have plenty of room for my chickens. There'll be room enough so I'll be able to expand and go into the chicken breeding like I've been planning on. In fact, I might be getting some chicks soon. Because the hatchery that I bought chicks from before, they've been having some real good sales on some of the chicks that aren't selling out every week. They're selling pullets for the ones I want this week are $2.65 a piece. And they normally sell for close to $5 a piece. I wish they'd had the Buff Orpingtons on sale. But they've been having the Barred Rocks every week. Because the Barred Rocks and Buff Orpingtons are the two breeds that I definitely want to start with. This week they have Barred Rock and Black Astrolorcs. And I'm considering getting those and paying full price for Buff Orpingtons because the Buff Orpingtons aren't even available until the middle of August 16th. And the other ones are available this week. So I don't think the Buff Orpingtons are going to be going on sale anytime soon. Well, actually, there's a subscriber that is going to be buying the house. And then I'm going to be doing a rent to own with that subscriber. So even though it's going to be my place, it's not going to be legally mine until I get it paid off. Yeah, I know a lot of people enjoyed those bike videos, and I like doing them too. I just don't. I'm overlooking that handlebar mount for my phone. Because I remember taking it off my old bike the day we left. And I was picking up some other stuff in the yard that I was bringing, and I had the other stuff. But I just don't seem to be able to come across that bicycle mount, so I know I have overlooked it. And I don't have everything unpacked because I know I'm not going to be here long term. So some stuff I still have packed away. I thought I looked through every box and tote and everything I had. Either I've overlooked it or there's something hidden somewhere that I haven't looked through yet. But I got to keep looking for that because I want to find that. I could buy another one. They're only around $10 or so, but I'd rather spend that $10 on something else. Since it's something I already have and I'm not going to need it forever. Because even though I'll keep riding the bike even after I get a vehicle, I probably won't be videoing on the bike because, again, it's going to be the same places that I go. Because I can't ride a bike all over the place. Now, just a mile and a half to the post office, and a mile and a half back, that's okay. But I don't know how much farther than that I could go. And when I take the trash to the dumpster, that's just about a mile. So it's just a little bit over 2 miles round trip. And again, that's no problem. Yeah, pedaling a bike doesn't really seem to make me get out of breath. But if I do anything strenuous, I will get out of breath. Because I don't think my lungs ever fully healed from when I had Big C almost 3 years ago. Be 3 years ago, Christmas time. Yes, Jamie, it probably will. Because then it won't be an asset that I have. Well, I'll be right back, everyone. If anyone's got any questions or topics you want me to talk about or anything, just put them in chat while I'm gone. And I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Well, I just found out why Dino's not pestering me today. He's laying next to either his father or his grandfather, sound asleep. Here's Superman. Look, all the people on YouTube laying Superman. Yeah, it's nice to have him coming up, getting in my lap now. And he used to sleep with me a lot. I think it was Friday night. I woke up in the middle of the night, and there he was laying right next to me. And then last night, he came over and laid with me for a few minutes. But before I got to sleep, he got up and he moved. But he's not moving far. He's only going like 2 feet from me. And he's such a friendly cat. And the reason I said Dino was laying next to either his father or his grandfather is I don't know who the father is. It's either Superman or Batman. And Batman is Superman's father. So that's how I know if Superman is the father, then Batman's the grandfather. Okay, you have a good night, Susan. Thanks for being here. But also, Batman could be the father. So, and they won't tell me. I've asked them, but neither one of them will tell me. But I'm sure that it's one of those. Because it either had to be one of them or Oreo. And Oreo never really seemed to have any interest in Dixie at all. But Batman and Superman, they both had interest in her. So that's why I'm almost positive it's one of them. Uh, Definitely J&B, without a doubt. That's one thing I definitely want to do. I would do it here, but it's just too much of a hassle to do it, and then maybe in a month or two have to move it. So I'm just gonna wait until I get settled in a permanent place. Who's the mother of Batman and Superman? Well, the mother of Superman was Midnight. Midnight died 2 years ago. In fact, almost 2 years ago to the day. I think it was July 21st, if I'm not mistaken. And then Batman's mother was Blackie. Blackie was um kind of my mom's cat. My mom wanted her and she picked her out, but I was living with her at the time, so kind of our cat together. And she died a little over 5 years ago. No, not a little over 5 years ago. Not quite 5 years ago. It'll be 5 years ago in September. Actually, Midnight was one of Blackie's daughters. I gotta write all this stuff down someday, so I can remember who was born to who and when they were born, and for the ones that died, when they died. In fact, they're talking about Dixie going in under the stove and then back toward the sink, so I couldn't find her earlier. Oh, she just came out from underneath the stove now. Yes, that's a possibility, J&B. And I also have the air conditioning on all the time, so the windows are closed up. And once I get to a permanent place, I'm definitely going to have a catio. And it's not going to be a small one. I'm planning on probably 100, 150 square feet. And then I'm not sure how they'll get in it. I'll have to figure that out. Don't know if I'll cut a hole in the side and put a cat door in, or if I have a window open part way and then just close off most of the opening so get room enough for a cat to get through. I'll have to see on that, but I want to have something so they can come and go as they please. Yeah, I think a family tree would be fun, because I have to stop and think about it. Obviously, I can't go back any farther than my mom's cat, because I can't remember. Cats had years ago, and I wish I'd done it back then. Hello, coffee walks and whatever. Good to have you here. Yeah, I'll be able to get in there. I'll have it so I can walk in. I don't know. I have to see how things work out before I can make any definite plans on it. But I'll have a chair in there so I can sit in there with the cats when they're out there and stuff, because I like to sit outside. So So I'll definitely have it so I can get in there. Hello, Russian Wind Mountain. Good to have you here. I'm doing pretty good. Anyone that just came in, if you type King in chat, Nightbot will drop your link. And if you type weather and your zip code, Nightbot will tell you what your weather is. And we're just talking about cats here. I'm not hashtag King, just King. Well, Superman's doing much better since his vet visit on Wednesday. Medicine seems to be working for him. That's definitely a good thing. The other cats are all doing good. The chickens are doing good. And Lucy's doing exceptionally good with the little chick she hatched out. That thing follows her all over the place. And at night she's been under the coop so the chick can be tucked in between her body and her wing. It's funny because at least I assume that's the way they're still sleeping. Because the first night she slept in front of the coop, and you could see the chick pop its head up between her wing and her body. Then after a few minutes, pulled its head back down in there. She's a great mother to that chick. Yes, Jane B. And we'll have a lot to do there, that's for sure. I hope my license comes before I go see the lawyer on August 11th. Because I'm sure he's going to need to have a copy of my license in order to file the paperwork. So hopefully I'll have that. Because he's probably not going to be able to file it for a little bit anyways. Or maybe he can file it and then just amend it. Because I'm going to need new primary doctor, new orthopedist, and most likely I'm going to need physical therapy because I haven't had any physical therapy since April. So that's probably going to have to be updated. Had an MRI in December of 2021. So they may want another MRI. Of course, the lawyer's going to be able to tell me all this stuff, but I'm just trying to prepare myself for that. But maybe he'll be able to get a file with what I have now and then just add the updates. Be nice if he can do that. But I know he's going to need have to have a copy of a valid ID before he can do it. But I should be getting that very soon. I'm really kind of expecting it sometime this week. And I know they update in the computer system every night, and then about 4 or 5 o'clock the next morning, everything is updated on the website. So I've been checking every morning when I get up, and it still isn't showing my license renewed. So I know as of Friday, they don't have it done yet. Yes, I'll make sure he gets all that information. I've got all my notes and doctor's names and numbers and dates of the MRI and stuff. Might even try to type it up. I've got everything handwritten. Might try to type that up and print it out so it'll be a little neater. Hello, Mike. Good to have you here. There goes my coffee. For anyone that wasn't in here earlier, I'm going to be having a special live tomorrow on my birthday at 3 o'clock Central. Hoping everyone can come and help me celebrate my birthday. We did it last year. Because last year I only had about 200 subscribers, and I'm over 1,000 now, so hopefully a few more people can come. Of course, last year my birthday was on Sunday, and this year it's on Monday, so I know a lot of people are going to be working. But in the evening, I know there's some lives going on in the evening. So I thought in the afternoon would be better. Okay, I'm still within 2 years on the MRI then. Because by the time they get everything through the system, it'll probably be more than 2 years. And welcome in, Dog Man. Well, she was supposed to have filed it. But I guess she actually didn't file it. And I was under the impression that it had been filed, but it wasn't. Okay, thanks, Russian Wind. Where's she located, dog man? Or does she have a private practice? Yeah, that's actually the first recommendation I've had on a doctor. Okay. Yeah, I never get Wi-Fi on my phone. Looks right up against the window. When I just picked it up, I had a notification come in, so I'm assuming I had service. So she's got a private practice in Waldron. Oh, okay, Mercy. Okay, that's actually where I plan on going, anyways. 'Cause I was looking around and I decided that I'd go to Mercy, but I didn't know what doctor to pick there. So I appreciate that, dog man. I guess she didn't file it from. I haven't spoken directly to her, but from what I've been told in the office, someone else in the same office, they checked into it and said that it was never filed. Okay, I'll make sure she knows. Yeah, I guess it is a good thing because someone was telling me that I would owe, if she filed it, then I would owe both her money and the attorney down here. So now I won't owe her anything. Yeah, I've got an MRI, two MRIs, X-rays, year and a half of physical therapy. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, they can't do the MRI of my full back because the middle of my back is steel reinforced. So they can only do the MRI on my lower back. But that's where my problem is. They actually wanted to do the whole back just to see if there's any other problems, but they couldn't do it. I have an appointment with the attorney on August 11th. Apparently, that attorney has more than one office. Because I called to make the appointment, she asked where I lived, and I called the number that was listed for the Greenwood office, but she said, "Oh, you're closer to our Greenwood office. Let me check and see what the first appointment there is." And she looked it up, and oh, we don't have an appointment available until August 11th. Well, I'll take it then, even though it's over a month away. That could be J&B. She never told me that's what she needed, but yes, it was the one you recommended the day you were here and put my air conditioner in. And by the way, I'm enjoying that air conditioner. I should be getting my New York license renewed any day now. I mailed the stuff out to them 2 weeks ago yesterday. And they always used to say allow 2 weeks. So they should be getting that done this week. And then as soon as I get that, then I can take that and turn it in for an Arkansas license. I don't want to get the non-driver ID because that will cancel out my license, and then you got to start all over from scratch. Oh yeah, I was dreading it, dog man. I was gonna I was gonna come up with something to put ice in and have a fan blown over ice, and I know it wouldn't have been comfortable, but just try to keep it a little bit cooler. But then when Judy Jules and Big Italian gave me this air conditioner, and then you came to put it in, That was great. That really worked out. It's warm in here today because I watched in a live earlier and the volume was just so low on it. I couldn't hear. So I turned the air conditioner down on low. And that warmed up a little bit in here. And now it doesn't want to cool back down. And that's not good what just happened. Power just flickered. Now you're something else, dog man. Yeah, if you're gonna do that video you wanted me to do, washing outside the camper, I'm gonna do a different one now. Well, I went out. My scrub brush was gone. I would get all those cheap Dollar General scrub brushes that you get there for $1. Well, it was gone. Got 19 suspects, 7 dogs and 12 goats. And the video is going to be trying to narrow down who stole my scrub brush. No, not in my thong. I don't have a thong. Yeah, he might have. He very well could have. I never thought about Brett stealing that. Well, it's a scrub brush that I use to clean out the chicken waterers. Well, after spending about 3 days scrubbing them out by hand, and of course, my hand doesn't do the best job scrubbing out that algae and stuff, but all I could do at the time because I wasn't going to take my good scrub brush out that I have in here that I use for my dishes. And then all of a sudden, I came across a brand new scrub brush. I forgot I bought 2 of them when I bought them because they were so cheap. So you can't beat $1 for a scrub brush. I had intended to keep the other one inside to use in here, but I haven't used it in the last couple months, so that went out to clean the chicken waters now. But now I bring it in as soon as I'm done using it. I don't leave it out there for someone to grab. Oh, I have to try. I gotta get some vinegar first. I have to try that. Because their waters get so much algae on them. I was told that I clean them too well. And I should just leave the algae in there and just give them fresh water because algae is good for them. But I'm not buying that. I have half of this closed off. I have a blanket hanging halfway up the stairs going up into the loft. And the back half of the camper is shaded anyways. And then with the AC in here, I can normally keep it less than 75. It's 77 right now because I turned the AC down to low because I was watching a live earlier today and the volume was so low on it I couldn't hear a thing. So I turned the fan down to low. And it was 100 degrees, so low just didn't quite do it. It raised up about 4 or 5 degrees in here in a little over an hour. Oh, an hour and 15 minutes, I think it was. Now I put it back on high and it's slowly going down, but it's not going down as fast as it went up. No, 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 absolutely not. No way I'm living in the bathroom. Bathroom's in rough shape. Real bad shape. So the only thing the bathroom's used for is to store trash until I go to the dumpster. Throw the trash in there. Cats can't get to it and rip it open or anything. There's no way I can put any trash outside because it'd be ripped open in less than 5 minutes from the dogs. So I just sit it in the bathroom. And then when I go to the dumpster, load up my trailer and away I go. Okay, J&B. It's good to have you here. Yeah, I'm happy right here where I am right now. And hopefully I won't be here too much longer. I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean that I want to get away from Brett and Deborah or anything. I don't mean that, but I'm just hoping I have my own place before too long. Yeah, I've used wet towels before. I can't sleep good when it's hot. Actually, it's a washcloth that I've used before. Put a washcloth either on my forehead or on my neck. Hmm. This is more comfortable like this. I'm sitting farther away from the laptop today. And I'm able to see it through the top part of my glasses. Yeah, nights are real cool. Oh, shoot. Low was 72 last night. High today was 101. 101.1 to be exact. You're on that side of the mountain. It's only 94 here. 94.1. And then there was the high for today. Yes, it is. It's supposed to be right around the century mark all week. No, thank you, dog man. And no, it's not cooler in there. Might be a little better now because they put a fan up in the attic to draw some of the heat out. But they were having a heck of a time in there. They were fighting to get it down to 90 in there. Well, he's saying that AC won't fit in the window, and you don't want to cut a hole in the side of the house to put it in. All I know is that 8,000 BTU is doing a beautiful job in here. And as long as I leave it on high, like today, it was 101 degrees, and it warmed up a little bit because I put it on low for a little over an hour. And then when I turn it back on high, it's just very slowly going down. It'll get there overnight though. But it's not bad in here. It's 77 in here right now. So it's not bad in here at all. But normally it doesn't go above 75. I have it set at 72. Normally it'll go up a little bit during the day, but it stays below 75. Might hit 76, but not for long. Drop right back to 75 again. Then in the evening, it'll drop right back down to 72. Right, Superman? Yeah, I'm fine in here. It's like I said, I have it set at 72. As long as I keep the fan on high, it never goes above 75, 76. Yeah, I won't have to spend the winter in here, but I know I could. Because I lived in a camper in New York since the winter of 2018-19. And that first winter, it was a fifth wheel. I didn't have anything blocked off. There was no insulation in that whatsoever. It'd been gutted. I had plans of remodeling it. I actually wanted to buy one that'd been gutted. I never did get it remodeled, and then I bought the other camper that I was living in. But that first winter, I had no insulation. It was just the metals on the outside. It was chilly in there, but I survived. Well, actually, the water doesn't work in here. The water heater rusted out. Well, Brett tore the shower apart. So there's no shower. He took the he took the he took the hose out for that. Well, the thing is, water gets poured out of the water heater. So that's as far as the water's getting. Drew was actually gonna buy the parts to bypass the water heater, but I'm not gonna have him mess with that now because I'm not gonna be here forever, and he's got enough to do. No, you don't have to come back. I got a hose running to the front door, so I don't even have to go outside to get water. I just open the front door and reach out, get the hose, and right there. Hello, Wanda. Good to have you here. You bypass the hot water tank? Well, Brett hooked a hose up to it, but I don't think he had it hooked up long enough to fill up the water tank so the water would start coming out of the faucets. And then he shut it off. And the next day, there was water pouring out of the water heater. Oh, Chef, good to have you here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Well, I got well, actually, Brett says once I move out, he's either gonna turn it into a chicken coop or tear it down and repurpose whatever he can out of it. I know I got a couple of members in here now, so I'll just let you know that my monetization's been put on hold now because Google won't accept my expired license to confirm my identity. So I have to wait until that gets renewed, which should be any day now. But in the meantime, it's on hold. So that means that memberships are on hold. And they said if anyone's monthly payment comes due while it's on hold, that your membership will be canceled and then you'll have to join again. So in the meantime, it just means that everything's on hold. I can't make any money. They won't run any ads. No super chats. And no, you don't get highlighted in green for being a member and stuff like that. And the hold can last up to 120 days, so I'll have my license by then. And then once I get my license, then everything will be back to normal. And the next payment cycle, I'll get the money that's waiting for me. But I actually have $160 sitting there waiting for me right now. I was hoping to get it in August, but now I guess I can hope to get it in September. Can you even do $1,000 super chat? Because the biggest I've ever seen is 100. Oh, maybe you can. I'm not sure on that. But in the meantime, if anyone was planning on doing a super chat for my birthday tomorrow, you can always send it PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. Oh, you have seen 500? Yeah, that's right, Dog Man. YouTube does take a lot of it. So I know one of my lives, I got a $50 super chat, and I got some smaller ones. And then when I was checking afterwards, I was going to get $36 out of those super chats. I know one of them was 50, and I got 2 or 3 smaller ones too. Yeah, they take too much, that's for sure. I think it is 40%. I think you're right on that. But I know some people think it's fun to do. Yeah, Mike, that's why a lot of times you hear people saying they'd rather have something sent by PayPal rather than a super chat. I'm not sure if Alexa knows what she's talking about. So I thought it was 40%. Even 30 is a lot. Oh yeah, going down now. Down to 75.9 now. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's 30, 32, or 40, whatever it is. It's too darn much. I don't like Alexa. You darn Alexa's got me in trouble twice now. Not that it makes too much difference. And I got 2 lives that I can't monetize, but on those old lives, it's just cents that I'm getting from them. I really don't say too much about them, but I do try to get the word out that YouTube keeps a lot of it. Okay, you go checking your chickens. I watered mine around noon, 1 o'clock, around noon, I guess it was. Then went out a couple more times, checked on them, and they were doing okay. Okay, thank you, Mike. And let my chickens put themselves to bed. My coop's not predator proof, anyways. I used to put them in the coop, and you sure chickens hate warm water? Because I filled one of the waters with cold water one day, hadn't got to the other water yet, and they were drinking out of the one that had the warm water in it instead of the one I just put cold water in. Yep, I've noticed that, dog man. It was just that one day that they went after the one that was still warm because they're bird brains. Hello, Bert. Good to have you here. 7:53 in the evening for me. I was talking about chicken coop. It's not predator proof, but it will slow a predator down. So I used to put them in it back when I was living in New York, and it worked because a raccoon would go past my chicken coop and go to the barn and grab a chicken that had no protection at all. But here, chickens have an electric fence around them, and that's something I've got to make sure I get before I move to my own place. Because I'm borrowing this electric fence. I've got to have an electric fence. And they're protected in there. They like to roost on top of the coop, so I just let them roost on top of the coop. Well, we got 16 people in here. Anyone else have any questions for me? $92.5. Well, it's sure dropping now. It's not common for people to eat raccoon, but I have heard of it. I've never eaten raccoon, and I don't ever plan on eating raccoon. But I have heard of people eating them. What are you doing, dog man? I thought you were going to take care of your chickens. Okay, I guess I have to remember never to eat anything that you make. In fact, I was in a live the other night and they were talking about eating raccoons. I guess it's dangerous to do because raccoons eat dead animals and stuff, and I guess they pick up a lot of parasites. I used to have a brother that trapped raccoons, and he would sell the hides. Would you scrape up armadillos and eat them too? Because the last two times I've been out, I've seen armadillo, not the same one, it was a different one. But I've seen an armadillo dead in the road both times. Well, some of that stuff Granny came up with on Beverly Hillbillies. You sure about that, dog man? I know there's not many people eat them, but I have heard of a few people that do eat them. And I wouldn't be surprised if there would be someone around here. That that would be a redneck thing, and there is some rednecks around here. I know I'm number one on that list, but I'm not eating raccoon. Well, I've seen beef and pork and stuff that wasn't edible because it was cooked wrong. So cooking does have a lot to do with it, that's for sure. I've never had gator. And we have a lot of raccoons here, Bert. You know, we had a lot of them in New York where it's from, and we have a lot of them in Arkansas. Hey, Oreo. You know any good Filipino recipes, Dog Man? I've heard they have some pretty good food there. I just let you know I like food. Well, ask Alexa how to spell it. Or heck, ask Rooster how to spell it. You do have some smart dogs there. You know, Dog Man, you should have your dogs join in here, and I'm just going to say you should have your dogs join in here, and they can drop their link. There might be some people in here that's not subscribed to them. I really like how they just took over one of your old channels. They didn't even bother making their own channel. You must be pretty smart to be able to hack in. Oh yeah, I saw that. I couldn't understand a word he was saying, but I saw that. Well, if I stand here much longer, I'm gonna have to go make another cup of coffee. I'm starting to get chilly now. 6,500. That's pretty good. Yeah, I know what you mean there. I had a friend whose house was broken into one night, and his family was upstairs sleeping. Someone came in, took the computer, um, whatever game system was popular at that time, tried taking the TV, but couldn't get everything down off the wall. They pulled the bracket loose from the wall, but then didn't unhook all the wires, so they just left it hanging there. I forgot everything that he grabbed. But anyways, took it to a pawn shop. Didn't go to the closest one. Went to Oswego, which was the closest city, instead of the one that was in the closest village. And goes in there, tries to sell the stuff. Police had already contacted all the pawn shops around. So he got caught right there trying to sell the stuff. And yeah, he was a meth head. Yeah, the police had already contacted all the pawn shops and told them what to be expecting. And he walked right in with everything that was on the list. And the guy was an idiot. He tried resetting the laptop so they wouldn't be able to trace it. But it was a unique color. I forgot what color it was. But it wasn't black, white, blue. It was some other color that made it unique. And it had stickers on it. Never took the stickers off it. So that was a dead giveaway right there. And when he reset it, whatever he did to it, it didn't delete all the information off from it. So they were able to bring that right back and confirm that that definitely was the laptop. And the game system still had the kid's profile on it. Oh, no, they're not very bright. You got that right. Yeah, actually, this guy here, I think they delayed them. I think they told them that they had to check to make sure the laptop worked. Took it out back, called the police, and being right in the city like that, they had their own police department. They were right there in no time. So they arrested the guy and then turned him over to the state police. Will you keep the chat going for me for a few minutes, dog man? I'll be right back. Just be a couple minutes. I'm back. And Dogman, you don't have to give information out. No one really cares that you're sitting there in your thong. Yeah, I'm just glad. Yeah, I'm just glad that your thing last week wasn't what I thought it might be. When you started talking about a thing, I thought you actually done that video of you in a thong. When you and Jeff were talking about the thing that you did, I was going to comment on there. If the thing is you in a thong, I'm unsubscribing. I'm getting tired. I've been on here for almost 3 hours. And I'm going to be doing live again tomorrow afternoon to celebrate getting another year older. So I'll be doing my birthday live tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock Central. And if no one's got any other questions for me, I think I'll be ending this. I've been on for 2 hours, 45 minutes, and 12 seconds. Well, thanks for being here, everyone. Thank you, Wanda. I appreciate it. And I hope everyone heard my explanation of everything that was going on. So I hope this verification thing with Google gets done soon so I get my monetization back. Yeah, I'm going to be sending you a text, dog man. It's about a thing. Okay, hope to see everyone tomorrow. Have a good night.